Welcome to Finding Your Worth from Within, the podcast where I'm going to be helping you up-level your life, find your true self, and ignite the best version of you. I'm your host, Aman, your go-to self-worth mentor, facilitating hundreds of women to unlock your self-belief, master your emotions, and take back control of negative thoughts. We're going to be covering everything self-worth, South Asian women, how to ditch your self-doubt, kick other people's judgment to the curb, and learn how to finally use your voice clearly and with confidence. With the practical tools and spiritual teachings that I give you in this podcast, don't be surprised when this magic begins to massively elevate your life. So whether you're going for a walk, driving home, or listening with a cup of coffee, let's get stuck in. Hey, and welcome back to Finding Your Worth Within. Today, we are talking about a conversation that I've had with one or two clients, and it's something that I could fully resonate with as well. So I wanted to bring to the pod because if two clients have thought it, if I've been through it, then you for sure are going through it as well. Somebody out there has been through it. So a conversation that I had with a client when she came to me, she said, Aman, I'm so ready to just unlock that new identity. Like, I know I can do all of the things, but I've done all the healings, I've done all the shit right. I just need to step into that identity, because she said she had been to an event where there's 6-7 figure entrepreneurs on stage speaking. And she was like, do you know what? This is not anything profound or, not to be nasty, like nothing special. She was like, because I was looking at them and I could have done what they were doing. Like, I could have spoke on the topics they were speaking on, and I could have done all of that stuff. But instead, she was in the audience, and she was like, it just made me realize, why am I sat here and they're stood on the stage? These are 6-7 figure entrepreneurs that are not much different to me in terms of their delivery, what they're teaching, and what they know. And this is really funny because it was one of my catalysts as well. Back in 2025, I attended an event in January it was quite a famous podcaster hosted an event, and I went to it. And as I was sat there, first of all, like the format, like the food and stuff was cool, whatever it was. And we go in and she starts doing the teaching for the day and the format. And I was like, everything that we're going through is quite basic. It was nothing profound, nothing hugely new for me. And I kind of just went along with the day, coming away from it thinking, I could have done that. Like, I could have stood on that stage and completely delivered everything she just delivered. So why am I not? Like, why am I not, right? And obviously, what she was teaching was quite surface level, and that's fine because it is needed as well. Like, not everybody's going to jump in deep into like energy fields and somatic practices, and I completely get that. So as I was sat there, I was kind of reflecting, and I was like, so she's very much for the surface level person that's coming in and wants to help their mindset and stuff. But I was like, if she is filling a room with this kind of stuff, surely I know I could stand on stage and deliver something deeper, more meaningful, more profound, right? And then again, later that year, I attended a workshop, and it was a somatic workshop for 2 hours. And it was really, really good. Like, I really enjoyed it. I stayed around and spoke to some of the practitioners as well afterwards. And I was like, what? Why am I not doing this? Why am I not holding rooms for people? Because what they've just done is literally what I do with my clients on Zoom. But why am I not hosting it as a workshop? I couldn't get my head around the fact that this wasn't anything like special in the way that I had all of the capabilities and I had the qualifications and the education and the knowledge to deliver this. And I was like, I'm really, really missing a trick here. And like I said, it wasn't because I didn't know what I was doing. I was already doing all of that stuff with one-to-one, not in a group session, not in a group workshop setting. And those two events made me realize that I was holding back. And I know you listening will also have been to an event where you're like, I could have done that. Or I could also be on that stage. So if you're ever attending an event or a workshop and you're thinking, I could do this, that's your first clue that you're no longer meant to sit in the audience. And that's your first clue that your voice is ready for the stage. And it's a very different thing being ready and knowing that I can do that. And it's a very different thing getting up and actually doing it. Now, the difference is you might know your capabilities, but you haven't yet stepped into that identity. You haven't yet stepped into the person who does these things. For instance, you could look at a speaker at an event and be like, oh yeah, I could do that. But then I want you to ask yourself, do you see yourself as the type of person that does that? Do you see yourself as the type of person that hosts events or is a guest expert? Or is it, I'd love to do that one day? Because there's a big difference. Because your psyche and your brain and your energy and your body are not going to get there if it's, I'd love to do that one day. So what we do in Legacy Leads is unlock that new identity for you. Because when you've attuned the voice, when you've activated that courage, when you've activated that confidence, you unlock a whole new identity. And it's about anchoring in that new version of you that knows, that absolutely knows she is that person. Because then you'll be hosting the workshops, speaking on podcasts, you'll be a guest speaker on stage, you'll be hosting your own events. That's when it clicks. It's all about stepping into the identity of being that person. But the first thing I want you to do is, if that question ever comes in your mind that surely I could do this, or if that statement ever comes in your head that I could definitely do this, that's your first clue that you're capable. You just need to step into that identity. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. As always, please do like, follow and share. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Finding Your Worth from Within. If today's message resonated with you, it would mean the world to me if you could follow, rate and leave a review. Sharing the podcast with someone that you feel may benefit is the best way to help it grow and spread this important message. To stay connected between episodes, come hang out with me on Instagram @Aman Mentoring. Can't wait to see you there.